Hello everyone, it's Jean.
That is really.
So it's been a busy morning.
Furnish this real quick.
I went live a little bit earlier
It's down there.
and that was really fun. We looked at some magazines that I have and images that would be great for harvesting. So I have a huge pile over here. But what I wanted to share with you today was a fun project that I saw a couple artists doing, and I tried this myself and I made these really amazing cards. These will be background cards for ATCs. They can also be cards for your journaling if you'd like. Some of them might have marks on the back, so if so, you'll have to cover that if you're using it for a journaling spot. But just did some really fun things on these, and I love how they turned out. There was a second page that I tried, and these will be a little bit taller, and I love them. They turned out really cool with the different colors. Some metallics in there with the gold, and just really pretty pieces of background paper. So what I'm doing this on is watercolor paper. I'm just using a small sheet that is 8 by 8. I may take out 2 just in case. That way we'll have more options for cards. I need to get some larger watercolor paper, but we'll do this one, and I'm gonna see if I can leave the gumminess right there so it can be one big piece. All right, I have a video running. Let me turn that off and move this over and move this over. So let me just explain a little bit about the way this happens. You can either use a die to roll and get your number for each column, or you can do like I did and put the numbers in a bowl. You can also put each of these in cups, however you want to do it. I felt the easiest was this way. So we have 3 columns, and in each column we have 6 things. So under technique, we have 6 techniques. Under medium, we have 6 media, and under color, we have 6 color. Now, you do not have to use the same color palette that I'm using. These are just colors that I picked that I like and that I enjoy using, so I know that when I cut out my background, it'll work well. I do have a caveat though. If you pick a combination of technique, medium, or color, and it doesn't make sense. Let's say, for example, it's stamps, gelatos, gold. It's very difficult to stamp with a gelato, okay? So in that case, you could choose to repick or re-roll for medium. So that is what I mean by, if a combination doesn't make sense, you may roll one time for a choice from one column. So if we got stamps, gelatos, and gold, we would want to lay the number 6 over here and then roll one of these other ones and see if it makes better sense to stamp with one of the other mediums that we have listed here. So that's my only caveat. Also, you know, it's your video, it's your design, it's your background, so you interpret the techniques, the mediums, and the colors based on the way you want your background to come out. Now, there are some people that will write down what they used for each step in case they want to create the background again. But honestly, even if you write them down, you're never going to be able to create the exact same background regardless. So I'm not writing them down because it's an extra step that I don't want to take to make the video any longer. So I only chose 6 items in each column, and we can go ahead and get started. I'm gonna set this back here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see it, and I will know what each thing should be. So in column 1, I picked number 4 and a number 6 and a number, oh, this is funny, 5. This is exactly what I told you. Stamps, gelatos, and gold. Is that too funny or what? Okay. So I can't do that. So I'm going to leave the 6 out. And I'm going to repick for a medium and see if I could get something that I can work with. So I got number 3, which is gesso. So stamp, gesso, and gold. Okay, we can do that. And then let me put these back. I hope I put them back in the same spot. So I have these, what you may consider very ugly palette papers, but I'm just keeping them because there is a project that I want to do with them. So I'm going to put some gold and mix it with some gesso because there's not a gold gesso. So I'm going to put some gesso on here. If it'll come out, it's pretty, oops, pretty stuck on. Give me just a second. Okay, hopefully I can get some out now that I ruined my scissors. So there's some gesso, and I have some gold paint right here. So I'm going to, this is, I think, super runny. So let me just, I don't know how much I'll need. And put this back, and then I'm going to use, I'm going to try a palette brush for a palette to try to apply this ink to the stamp and see if it works better. First of all, we need to mix our gold in our gesso so that it'll be kind of the right color. And this is a cool kind of thing to do on the background anyway, because gesso is used for preparing your pages. So I think we need a little bit more gold. I could never see where these things open. And then I hate the plastic they put on them. I mean, like, I understand why they do, but it's frustrating because I can't ever get it off. There we go. So let's mix this in and get a little bit more goldish color. And then I don't know what stamp I want to use. Since it's a background, let's try this big one. I'm just gonna put this on here like this. Hopefully there will be enough coverage to make a cool background. Let's see. We will stamp it just anywhere and see if we get something, huh? Okay, yeah. Well, it isn't exactly what we were looking for, but it's something. I'm gonna try a brush instead and see what happens. We will press this down. There, we got a little better impression with the brush. Let me put some on the other side. So that we can get a good impression over there. Surprisingly, this block is used mainly, I use it for backgrounds, and I use stays on ink with it, which doesn't usually come off. So let me just take a minute to wipe this off real quick because I don't want this paint to stick on there. So that's an interesting background thing. Is this like a string? Yeah, that was a string. Okay, let me clean this off because I don't want all this paint to be stuck on the back of my... Okay, I might have to clean it a little bit better in the sink, but at least it cleans some of it. Okay. So there we go with our stamp, and now we're going to pick two more. So I will pick this one, which is 6 geometric shapes, and then this one, which is 4 crayon, and then this one, which is 5 purple. So I have a set of Neo colors that I haven't used yet. Let's see if there's a purple in here, and we'll make some geometric shapes. Okay, yes, there's a purple. So let me take the purple out. And we'll just make some geometric shapes. Triangle. And a square, sort of. Here we'll do a big long rectangle-ish. And let's see. I'm gonna do a rectangle here, skinny one. I'm gonna see what happens if I color this in, how it colors in. Okay, it's kind of okay. These are the ones, these are the Neos that don't react with water, so they should stay nice and, you know, bright as far as the colors are concerned, because of the non-reaction with the water, which is cool. Okay, so let me color the shape in. This shape could be considered a diamond too, depending on how you want to look at it. So, oops. That'll get covered up, I'm sure. And then our triangle, I'm trying not to get in this stamped area because I don't know, I don't think it's dry yet. Okay, that looks good. Voila. Let's put something over here. How about just a circle? Circle here, and then give me a minute. I'm going to go back and color these a little bit darker, these long rectangles, so we can get the, so we can enjoy the bright purple color. Okay, so that looks good. I think I'm going to put an oval here. And that way I have 3 geometric shapes on each side. Makes it look a little bit more cohesive. Okay. I'm going to keep this out in case we need it again. So let's put our numbers back. And where did my other number go? Did I already put it back? Okay, well, let's hope we did. Because I don't know. I think this one has one too many. 4, 2, 3. It's missing, it's 5. Okay. All right, here we go. Number 3. Here we have a number 5, which is fingers. And in this one, we have a number 6, which is gelatos. And this one, 3, orange. Okay, cool. I like that we're getting some colors on here. Let me get my gelatos and see what orange we can use. I have a regular orange and then some kind of a peachy orange or something. I think this one's regular orange too. And I don't see, okay. Those are the two oranges I have. Now with gelatos, I need my spray bottle. Let me see where it is. Gelatos are a lot of fun to use to create color in different places on your projects. And with your fingers, you can kind of like move them around. But I'm gonna add a little bit of water to them, because adding water to them then makes them a little bit more fluid. So we can just kind of, you know, add some color different places with the gelato itself. And I'm gonna add a little bit more up here. And this is pretty much dry, so I think that'll be good. And put some over here. Well, I like getting it in there with that purple. It looks pretty cool. And then let me put, I'm going to use some of this. It's a little bit different orange over here. So if you've never used gelatos before, you can see they're kind of like a chapstick. And you can do all kinds of things with them. You can do this process where you wet it and then you kind of like can paint it wherever you want, or you can do I sometimes use these when I'm doing faces, because I can blend them with my fingers and get different color skins. I haven't tried faces for a while, so I don't know that I'll be running right out and doing that. But they are fun because they're blendable, so you can use your style. Okay, done with gelatos, and that made our page really pop with that orange on it. Okay, that one already has a cappuccino. Okay, we'll lay these over here. So now we are going to pick, oops, again. And dummy me just threw them all in the same one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I don't know. Over here it is. I tried to make the backs different colors so I wouldn't get confused. I didn't do a very good job. Okay, so 4 sticking up. So what's 4? Stamps. And then let's hope we get ink. 1 is watercolor. Okay, great. And then the color we're going to use for this is black or gray. Okay, we could do that. So, watercolor, black or gray. Watercolor palette. Okay. And we need a stamp, and we need to use black or gray. All right. I'm gonna go a little kitschy on this, and what happened to my brush I was using? I don't know. Will this one work? Yes. So this is, I have over here my pan of watercolors, my disgusting pan of watercolors. And I'm just gonna paint the watercolor on the back of this butterfly. And I said I'm getting kitschy because it's a, you know, little design. But we will make one and see how it works. Oh, it actually worked okay. So let's do another one, and I will color it with the watercolor. Surprising what you can do with watercolor. Okay, let me spray my watercolor because it's a little dry. And I'll do one or two more with this. So you saw basically what I was doing is I'm just taking the watercolor, wetting it, and then painting it on the back of the stamp that I'm using. And it makes watercolor design. These may end up getting covered up partially, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not like super worried about how they come out. But there you go. We used the watercolor with the stamp. Okay, so we're going to put this one back, and this one back, and this one back. And hope one of them doesn't have 2 4s. Okay, so this one is a 3, and that would be Mark's. Okay, I like that. And this one is a 6 with gelatos again. And then this one is, it'll tell us what color. I want pink. Teal. Okay. I think I have a teal. Mark's, gelatos, and teal. Let me get my teal. I don't really know that I have a teal. I may. This blue is kind of, maybe we can count one of these blues as teal. I was going for greens, but I think I'll just use this blue, and it might be the closest I have for teal. So this would be just mark making. Okay, so this is like a lighter teal. That's okay. And it's, you can make any kind of marks you want. You can go sideways, you can go up and down. You can put them on top of each other any way you want. Mark making is just a fun little project or fun little process to add some interest to your page. So we need to get some major color on here, guys. We need some acrylic. So this is 6 geometric shapes again. And let's see, we get number 4 ink. Okay. And we get 2 pink. Okay. So pink geometric shapes. pink ink geometric shapes. How do I want to do this? Okay. A couple stencils in here that might have some geometric shapes on them. They might look hideous, but they should work. Geometric. Oh, what? Okay, so I guess we're going to have to go with this one because this one is the only one I see that's semi-geometric. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use, for ink, this is a Dilution spray ink, and these are really fun to use. I'm going to spray through the stencil, and hopefully it'll give us some geometric shapes. Well, hello. Let's be coming out here. Oh, it doesn't even want to press down. What's the problemo? Okay. Well, let me get a different pink then. This one is called, that one's not pink. Pink. Doesn't have to be here it is. Okay, this is called Rose Quartz. So that's as pink as we're gonna get. And I'm just going to spray in a couple places because we really need to get some of this white gone. And just pick that up. And we'll put some over here along the edge where it is barren. Pick that up. We got some geometric shapes there. Now, honestly, guys, I was running out of ideas for technique, so I was like, okay, create geometric shapes. That's what I came up with. I don't even know if you would consider it a technique, but for me today it is. All right, so now we're ready for the next one. This one is going to be number 4. Stamps. Again, stamps. Ugh. Okay. And number 6. We can't stamp with gelato, so number 2, acrylic. Okay, love that. And then this last one, we need a color. We have color number 1, which is teal. Okay, what are these? How come I have 2 6s? Okay. Color number 1 is teal, and it's acrylic, and it's stamps. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, I wish I knew where my paper towels would disappear to. I tell you what, I can never find them. My mom comes in to visit. She needs a paper towel. Oh, this is them right here. Okay. I'm just going to take a paper towel because we sprayed an awful lot, and I'm just going to go over it and make sure that I get all the drippies, because I don't want to put acrylic over this and make a terrible mess. And then go over here and get all the drippies. Okay, great. So now we need teal acrylic. I know I have a teal. This is called Tuscan teal. And I don't really want to do a rubber stamp. I'm going to do, oh, well, that is interesting. I'm going to do a sponge stamp, and I'm just going to take this liberally. So I'm just going to stamp different places. You could consider this more mark making, but I'm just going to stamp. And I'm going to concentrate on filling in some of the areas that need some assistance. Oops. These makeup sponges, I have used them before, but I hadn't gotten them for a while, and I'm glad that I did, because they are very helpful in covering a page with, even if you want to just cover a page with ink, they're good for doing that. Okay, there we go. I think I have 2 6s over here, so let me see. I do. So one of them needs to go over here. All right. So let's pick something fun, like number 1. No, number 6. Okay. And this one is 3, gesso. Okay. And then the next one is what color? 1, teal again. Okay. So for the geometric shapes, I'm going to use another color of teal. It's called aquamarine. And this time, whoa, that was runny. I'm going to use my trusty tube and make circle shapes. Come off of there. And hopefully this will work okay. Just put some various places. Now you guys may be thinking, ew, this is so ugly. Why did she create this? I don't like it. Well, I'm gonna go through at least one more time, and then I will let it dry, and then I'll cut them out and show you the difference. It's really quite amazing when you see the pieces smaller. So, okay, last one. We got one splatter drip. Okay, we like that one. We got 4, which is ink. And then the next one we want, hopefully, is 4, which is black. Okay. 1, 4, and 1. Okay. So before we can do any inking in black, we sort of have to make sure some of these places are dry. Now, one of the things I learned yesterday from Diana Reevely is that if you are going to use an acrylic pen on top of all of this, you should probably wait 3 hours. And the reason she suggests that is because it will ruin the nib. So I was curious because I did use this earlier, and not earlier today, but earlier yesterday on a project. And it's true that the ink doesn't want to come down as much, but since this one is already pretty much dead, I am going to do a little bit of faux writing on here because I think it does add to the page. And then I just did it in the orange mainly where it should be dry. And okay. So we'll see if I killed it or if it's going to be okay. All right, where is the lid? Where did I put the lid? Because if I don't have the lid, that's going to be a problem. Okay, and then lastly, because it talked about the spatters, I'm going to take this page and I'm going to take some black. So that was a color. Oh, this is green. This is not black, Jean. That was green. Where is your black? Black, black. Where did you go? Black, black, I need you, you know. Because I have to design a page. I don't think it's gonna come out like that. The top is on the top of the pen, Jean, you dummy. Okay, I thought I had black up here. Maybe it's still down here in my colors. Come on, dudes. Where in the world? I thought I just saw black over here, and I do not. Oh, here it is. Okay, so to do spatters with acrylic paint, you put the acrylic paint out on your palette paper and you spray it with water so that it's more liquidy. And then you take a paintbrush and make it wet, and then you just tap your paintbrush and the spatters will go on. If you tap really hard, your spatters will probably go over your whole craft desk, which, you know, if that's the look you want, go ahead with it, because believe me, I've done it. Just to see if that's the look you want, darling. Okay, I think that's enough. I just want to do over here real quick. Splattering is like the funnest thing to do in the whole world. Dripping's fun too, but I don't really want to drip today. Okay, so here we have our page that we've done according to our 6 different techniques 6 different times. And it may look like a hot mess, but believe me, it will turn out really cool once it dries and we cut it down to size. So stay tuned for that. Love you all. Bye for now.